Hello guys, welcome to episode 1 of this autumn training block. It's been a good first week. It's definitely got a bit of a feel of end of summer about things in the UK. We're hanging on to the last good days, trying to make the most out of them, but had a good week. I'm feeling it a little bit, but I'm going to get a coffee on first and then we're going to go through the workouts. Okay guys, so let's have a look at the sessions I did over this last week. So first session, Monday 21st, we deadlifted. Now, the main goal I have of this autumn block is to build back my deadlift and keep my FTP going up. So I'm going to start the week with the deadlift, basically, when I'm most sort of, keen to get on with the next week. Started with the deadlift. Probably for this first initial phase, I'm going to keep things super light as I did. I'm just trying to get a feel for it. It hasn't really, if you've ever really worked on your deadlift before, I haven't really got that feeling of that like good connection, good timing between my hips, knees and shoulders, and that nice sort of like boom, hinge and snap. I haven't really feel like I've got that yet. It's coming, but it's not quite there yet. So after that, we did a bit of accessories, did a bit of pull-ups. I then jumped on the Smith machine, did some Smith machine squats. And then I went to a local hill at Crystal Palace in the evening to do an interval session. So I did, if you look on here, I did these 3x2 minute intervals. Why 3x2? Well, I got the idea from a Victor Campanar's video. And I thought, I just want to give that a go. That would be good. It will work on my top end a bit. And I think I suck at these intervals. I think I'm not very good. So these are going to be here to stay. I'm not going to put too many different types of sessions in this block, but I think that one's going to be there to stay because I don't feel like I'm very good at those. So just did some nice endurance around Richmond Park. Really, just an easy endurance session. Wednesday 23rd, I hit my main bench press session where I did 5 sets of 3, which is what I'm trying to get that at 90 kilos. I'm trying to get that to a 5x5. I then did some light squats. I'm still out of, I've had 2 knee operations. So the squats, we're going to slowly ease our way into that. Nothing too interesting. Then I did some accessory hyperextensions to get my back used to deadlifting and getting some volume. Just basically trying to build a bit of muscle in the lower back, just to feel strong there. And then we did some delts and biceps. So quite easy. Wednesdays tend to do quite a long day. I finished quite late. I can't get on the bike. So I just did a lovely, easy run. Nice weather, lots of people outside, really enjoyable. Thursday, which was one of my main workouts on the bike, which I did on Zwift on this occasion. I think I tend to use Zwift when I've just kind of had enough of cutting through London traffic and, always looking ahead, really far ahead and planning out your intervals and thinking, oh God, what's coming up? I just wanted to get my head down. So I picked out to Zwift and I did a big block of Sweetspot. Now, I've got this idea from Jesse Core, which if you haven't explored his videos, I massively recommend it. The guy's got such a good resource of training. So I kind of got the idea of him to do this session and I love it. I feel really good after doing this session. I've just got a sense, like a gut feeling that this is doing some good stuff for me and for my training. So I think to build FTP, from what I understand, I'm not probably as clued up about cycling as I am about weights, or definitely not. But time in zone and sweet spot, I want to build my FTP. Sweet spot gives me a lot of time in zone. So that's there to stay. That workout went really well. I got probably one of my best sessions I've got in this year. So I did some FTP intervals. Previously, I'd done these 7-minute intervals up Box Hill, which was the weekend before last. And these 7-minute intervals this time at Richmond Park, I felt really strong. And I decided to do these intervals with a bit of a natural surge when the gradient kicked up. So I did it in 2 sections. So in Richmond Park, you've got Sawyers Hill and you've got Dark Hill. Now, I basically did Sawyers Hill as my first block up into a little bit on the other side. And basically I stack at FTP, and then when it kind of rises up and you hit a bit of a headwind, I decided I'm going to surge over that. So and then get back to FTP. So that's what I did. These went really, really well. I did some really good laps on there. So my FTP, by the way, is 275 watts estimated off intervals ICU, which is what I'm using. I'm not bothering with the testing for now. I'm just going to go off that. So just went and did some incline bench because I'm going to be doing a bit of incline bench. I checked last time I did incline bench and I did 32 for 10 reps, 32. So I decided to pick up 35s and I got 7 on that. Then did some incline biceps, some accessory bicep stuff. And again, I actually picked up some reasonably heavy weights. I saw that I was sort of hitting about 10 reps last time. So I picked up 20s and did a 6 and a 5. Again, the reps seem low. And I only did 1 set of the incline bench. Couple of build-up sets, 1 all-out set. And the reason is because I'm making progress at that exercise with 1 set. So why would I add 2 or 3 sets if I'm making progress off 1? Because I'm making progress. 2 and 3 sets. I don't know how much more progress that would give me. I know it will definitely give me more fatigue. So it didn't feel necessary. And it takes up more time, you know, so. Oh, one thing I didn't mention actually is in that Friday endurance session where it's lovely weather, I made the mistake of trying some other bikes. What a terrible idea that was. Went cycle exchange. Should I swap this, my Giant Propel, with disc brakes for a TCR? That is my dilemma. Should I swap that for a TCR with rim brakes? Because I can't afford. I find this bike quite heavy and a little bit sluggish after trying some other bikes. Now, I can't afford a really light bike with disc brakes. They're too expensive. Jesse Coyle's kind of got me slightly leaning towards rim as not being a bad shout. But anyway, if you have any thoughts on that, I would love to hear it. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.